Premier Heating and Air is now offering all homeowners up to $2,000 instant rebate and up to $2,000 federal tax credit with the purchase of a qualifying HVAC system. Financing available for all homeowners, so call Premier Heating and Air today and get up to $2,000 instant rebate and up to $2,000 federal tax credit with qualifying HVAC system. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Offer ends 11/30/23.
Welcome everybody. I'm glad to have with me today my dear friend Erica Harden with Oconee Fall Line Technical College. We hadn't talked in a while.
I know. Glad you're here with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to be on campus. We have done so many success stories this year, and people like Yolanda Glover Pitts. I was just amazed at her story. A woman that went to Oconee Fall Line, heart of Georgia, I guess at the time. 30 years ago or so, and then came back and wanted to further her career. Orlando Rogers, another, came back late in life, and so many people. The last one wasn't a success story, but what a catch y'all have in Michael Faulkner now.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He is a wonderful instructor. He was our Rick Perkins Instructor of the Year last year, and when we hired him, he was really young. I mean, he's young now, but I've seen him mature and grow and become just a fantastic instructor. And he loves working here, and I think he's realized he's found his place, and we're glad it's here with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Very impressed, and I can tell the kids, I mentioned his name to a few students, and they just immediately lit up. I think he makes it fun, exciting. It's just like when I visit the school system in Lawrence County. The teachers who are making it fun, the kids a lot of times don't even know
That they're being taught.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're learning English, right. That's the way he is.
It is great. And
when you're passionate about what you do, it really spills over to the students.
yeah. So what I want to talk to you, and we'll get some other things in a minute, but a record attendance.
We have 2,000 students this fall. It was a goal we set, the college did last year. And honestly, when we set it, it was a wing and a prayer. Could we make it? It is the highest enrollment this college has had in history. It's also the highest enrollment that Heart of Georgia would have ever had, or Sandersville Tech. So, over 30, 40 years of this college being here, to have 2,000 students, and I see it continuing to grow. We're just fortunate what's going on in Lawrence County with a couple of announcements about economic development. But in addition, we're building a range. We're finishing the range this December for our commercial truck driving program, which is across the street from the college. And then we've already started planning for a renovation of the Stewart Building. And the Stewart Building is the oldest building on this campus. It's also the oldest building in all of Oconee Fall Line. It was completed in 1983 and needs a refresh. Yeah. And so we'll be renovating all of our trades and industrial areas. We're also going to be creating a new entrance to the college. We're going to create a one-stop shop, which we're calling the Nest, because our mascot is the owls. And we feel like when new students come in, we want to go to the Nest. And we're excited about this design and going forward. We hope that we will be in the new renovated facility by 2026. It's going to have some growing pains because we're going to have to relocate adult education and student affairs to the Porter Center during the renovation. And then as we're doing a phased-in construction, our trades and industrial labs have to move around. So there's going to be a lot of congestion and a little bit of confusion, but when it's all done, it's going to be a beautiful place.
So I see the enrollment just growing then.
That's what I think so too. We're also, we're going to be serving a new prison in Telfair County. They're constructing it right now. We're going to be adding 8 full-time faculty to teach down there. So that's an opportunity for several hundred students just in that facility. And I think that's an important, something important that we do is it helps with recidification. It also helps that those, the inmates get out and they have a skill and they can go to work. And with where workforce is today in this area, we need everybody who's willing to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to be incredible. Telfair County, they need the help. After Husqvarna, that announcement in closing it really hurt that community. But I found out, just like some of these success stories, people are willing to drive to get an education, and they're paying quite a personal price
Right.
in what they have to do. So, so going back to the enrollment, what do you contribute? I can see it growing, but where did it come from? How did you didn't just say, I hope we get to 2,000.
No. You know, people say, did you add new programs? And we are adding new programs. We're adding a new ASN program on the Dublin campus. But what I really think it's about is a culture. And it's something that we've preached about for many, many years, is that we want students to come here and feel comfortable and that every student counts. I was just talking to somebody from the metro area, Atlanta, and their child is trying to go to a college. And the counselor's like, you figure it out. And I said, send them to us. We'd love to take care of them. We want to, when you walk in the door, hold your hand, make sure you understand the admissions process, the financial aid process, which can be very confusing, how to register for classes, because so many people have never done it before. And even if you've done it before, it's very different than it was 30 years ago when I went to school. And so I feel like the approach we have, that our faculty and staff care about each student who walks through the door and making sure they have a good experience, really is what makes a difference.
Yeah. Oh, and I totally get that, because being on campus as much as I am, I see these instructors, the vice presidents of different
Divisions,
parts,
right?
parts of the school. They don't just sit in an office
No.
and say, I got my door shut, don't bother me. Because I know personally, I went to Dr. Adams a couple of times on behalf of students. Oh, she jumped right in,
Right.
solved the problem. Because what may be a big deal, and I want to lead into the foundations that you have, is what may be a big deal to a student, like they're trying to end and they can't afford gas anymore,
Right.
or whatever it might be. And I know that's one example that I know of where y'all help, but that's where the foundation comes in, isn't it?
That's correct. We have a great foundation. We merged the foundation 2 years ago, and it's been wonderful to have Dublin and Sandersville join forces to help our students. And whether it's a student who needs help, what we call the last mile, meaning they're in their last semester and they need a couple of $100s just to finish that gap between what financial aid pays and what they owe. Or it's an emergency situation, and they apply for emergency funds to get them through. Or it could be books, because they help fund the lending library.
That can be stressful.
Yes, it can. The tools program,
Yeah.
obviously, that's always been a fantastic program here. But the foundation does serve a very important purpose. And so I really applaud anyone who gives to the foundation and attends our events. And by the way, we're changing our Denim and Diamonds event, which used to be hosted in February. It's going to be called the Lucky Leprechaun Bash, because it's going to be
Wonder
around.
what month that's gonna be in.
Yeah. It's going to be around St. Patrick's Day. So it's actually going to be in February, but it's going to be part of the festival. So
good.
we're excited to be part of that.
That's good. Well, we start in February anyway.
Yeah.
So we start with Miss St. Patrick's, and with 50 events, we have to start early.
Yes,
and get
there's
it
so
all
much
in.
going
So
on.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back right after this.
Okay.
We have natural gas all over town.
Get yourself a natural gas tankless water heater and save space.
And have endless hot water.
Natural gas is more efficient than electricity.
And it's lighter than air.
When you install natural gas appliances,
You can get rebates up to $1,500.
The city of Dublin will finance you up to $7,500.
For 60 months at 0% interest.
Use natural gas for all your outdoor cooking.
it's a luxury.
We're on call 24/7.
You'll call us and we'll be there.
Whether you're building a home or starting a business, City of Dublin Natural Gas has you covered.
We serve commercial and residential gas all across town.
Call your gas guys. At 478-277-5048.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin with Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, Our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From mowing to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin with Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Do you want to feel and look healthier, younger, and full of vitality and energy? Med Spa is your solution for treatments, including skin, waxing, brow and lashes, Botox, fillers, body sculpting, and laser treatment, including hair removal, the fastest and least painful anywhere. Come visit us at Med Spa and book your massages by calling Med Spa today at 275-8346. Or visit us at 2400 Bellevue Road, Suite 11 in Dublin.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm continuing my conversation with Erica Harden. We're talking about one of my favorite subjects, and hers too, Oconee Fall Line Technical College. You mentioned the Tools Foundation a minute ago. People don't realize when you start to graduate and you're going to be a diesel mechanic, diesel technician, or you're going into nursing, but I see those tables spread out. And all their tools to start with. That can be a major investment that they have to finance.
Correct.
A lot of people can't do it, and especially when it comes to a diesel mechanic.
And automotive, those are very expensive.
There's no telling the money they have to spend. So to me, that's one of the best things that comes out of the foundation. And I think merging them, that was a great idea. But so on a personal level, how does it feel to you sitting there? When you you're actually standing, I guess, but when you shake their hand and y'all are awarding these, how does it feel on a personal level?
Well, first of all, it's thrilling that these are students who are graduating from our programs, and the majority of them already have jobs. So if you already changed their life in that way, and then you could turn around and say to someone, you don't have to go and buy scrubs and shoes to go work at Fairview, because Fairview also contributes to this. Here's 10 sets of scrubs and shoes. And on the automotive side, those tools are very expensive, and those big, beautiful Craftsman toolboxes that they get and they can roll out, because many shops require that they bring their own tools. Same thing with the Diesel Equipment Technology Program, but it's just nice to say, you went the extra mile, the foundation recognized that you were a really good student, really good graduate, and we want to give you something a little extra on top of your education.
Yeah, is dual enrollment paying off for y'all?
Yes, of the 2,000 students we have, roughly 400 are duly enrolled. And the majority of those are enrolled in a skilled program. Now, some are taking general education, which I applaud, but I really love to see those students who are starting their careers, whether it's in nursing through CNA or welding and joining technology, and then they come back to us to finish after graduation. But the great thing about dual enrollment is 30 credits are completely free that parents and students don't have to pay for. That's a huge jump start on a post-secondary education. And we found out this year that OFTC has the highest transition rate. So of the 400 students we have, 25% of those are staying with us. And some transfer to four-year schools, but we have the highest rate in the state of those students who stay at the technical college.
I tell you what I love about graduation is when I see one year these men and women coming down and getting their GED, and then a couple, 3 years later, you see them coming down and getting their degree in criminal justice or cosmetology or whatever, one of the 100+ degrees you can get here. But that is just an amazing thing, isn't it?
It is. And it's wonderful that they understand how important education is. And I feel like many of them have had a hard time in education, and that's why they didn't finish their high school diploma for one reason or another. And so when they get a little bit of success, and getting a GED is, I don't know if I could do it, in fact, it's difficult. They get their GED, and then they I can do this, I can continue my education. And so particularly when they walk across the stage with an associate's degree, because they're changing their lives and their families' lives, and ultimately, the workforce in Lawrence County.
Now, I just read yesterday or today, Juanita Thomas received a nursing scholarship. They do in rural areas
Right.
through AmeriCorps, I think.
Right.
What about that?
We were notified that we were selected to give one of those scholarships, and we were thrilled. And so we went to our nursing faculty and said, "Who would you recommend?" And that's how the scholarship came about. That she was awarded that scholarship, and it's just again, scholarships that go through the foundation or are given to us through third parties are just the icing on the cake for these students to help them through.
And one of my favorite events is coming up soon. That's the Festival of Trees.
Right.
How do you stay in your office that time of the year? I think I'd be wanting to move my desk amongst all these beautiful trees. But where did that originally come from?
Gosh, that happened before me. So it happened when it was Heart of Georgia, and it was part of the foundation to raise money. And we have since given it over to the Conference Center, kind of controls that and keeps the trees up and raises a little money for the Conference Center. But it's wonderful to walk in and see. They're so unique. And I love it when a company decides, okay, we're going to make it our own. And I think it was Oconee EMC last year who did a great tree that was reflective of what they do. But they're beautiful trees. And they're more creative than I am, the people who do that. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, they're incredible. They really are. Speaking of the Conference Center, I was sad when Celeste left. But I was tickled to death when Steve Knight moved into that position. Steve is a wonderful, wonderful person.
Shalessa Sanders served us well for many, many years, and we're thrilled that she was able to leave us and go on to bigger and better things in her own life. But yes, Steve Knight, and he has a big background in working in AV, so that was a plus for us. And we were thrilled when we said, "Would you like to be the Conference Center coordinator?" He said, "I would." And then we've hired an assistant to help him, Kimberly. She is a gung-ho too. And so everybody is well served when they utilize the Conference Center between Steve and Kimberly.
Oh yeah, Steve and his roots go back to TV 35. He worked with us for years. And of course, his dad is the mayor of Rents, and I think everybody knows Mr. Knight.
Right.
He is Mr. Rents. Well, what about non-traditional students? What do they make up in your total enrollment?
Oh, goodness. Non-traditional, are you talking about females in male-dominated roles, or are you talking about older students? Older students. Well, our student population has shifted lower because of dual enrollment, because we have, again, 400 students who are typically under the age of 18. So that's kind of shifted what our traditional enrollment is. But normally, the average age of our student is about 26 years old. But we have had students, particularly in the GED program, 60, 70 years old, walk across the stage. And we have older students who are enrolled in many of our credit programs as well. Our faculty love them because they're not distracted typically by other things like social media. They are here to learn, and so they're going to devote the time. Many of them may have had to go straight to work. You know, they've never had the opportunity to get a post-secondary education, so when they do, they're going to put their mind to it and work hard.
Yeah, and one of my oldest friends came back here in her 80s, Miss Shirley Graham, and she's still in the classroom because of that degree. When she had to get the degree, she said, "Well, I'm going back to Oconee Fall Line," and she's in the classroom right now as we speak, 87 years old.
That's awesome.
That is, it
keeps you vital.
Yeah, she's incredible. She really is. She's incredible. So what about the mini-mesters? How have they done for you?
They have done very well. We were tentative because it's compressing a lot of information in a short period of time. So we run an A term, which is 15 weeks. And then a B term is the first part of the semester, and C term is the second part of the semester. So roughly 2 to 7.5 week programs. But we typically C term for students who didn't get in at the beginning, like in August, they can enroll in October, and we typically pick up about 100 to 150 students in the C term because students have missed the boat, but we're like, no, you haven't. Just wait a few more weeks and you can start C term.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, and we've got, you're waiving the
application fee.
Yeah, now through November 30th, is that right?
Through November 30th. And we're also part of something that Governor Kemp just announced about a month ago. It's called Georgia Match. So all high school seniors received a letter from the governor that they're directly admitted to 22 technical colleges. Of course, in our area, you're directly admitted to Oconee Fall Line. And so students, all they have to do, there's a QR code on the letter, they scan that in, and they can either select to be direct admitted or just request more information. And so it goes directly to our admissions office, and we start working with those students very quickly and processing them. I applaud the governor. It's a way, he wanted all Georgians to know they can go to college.
Yeah.
And so it's a great thing.
Yeah, he's done an incredible job. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to take another break and come back and wrap things up.
Winter's coming, so get ready for cold temperatures now by calling Premier Heating and Air. Get a heating and air system checkup for only $49. Our trained professionals will come out, inspect your unit, inspect your heater and duct system, and ensure it's ready for winter weather. Ask your technician about our indoor air quality products, as well as attic insulation, duct cleaning, and moisture barrier. Experience the Premier difference today and get a heating system checkup for only $49. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Offer ends 11/30/23.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
North, south, east, or west, Friendly Gus is on your way today. Fuel up with Friendly Gus's delicious breakfast, made fresh every day. Your wallet and your belly will thank you. Choose from our 20, 40, and 60-piece chicken finger and wing platters. And don't forget the tater logs. Our food is always fresh and our service is always friendly. Friendly Gus, on your way today. Also shop Cochran Brothers Cash and Carry at 320 South Jefferson in Dublin for additional items like paper products, chicken wings, bulk drinks, spices, sauces, and more.
I'm Brian Bazemore, President and CEO of Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We would like to invite you to come by and experience a welcoming banking environment. Come by today and have a cup of coffee and let us talk with you about our many products, savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and our many loans. You're more than just a number to us, you're family. Come by today, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to kind of wrap things up here. I want to end on the nursing program. You started the bridge here a couple years ago.
Right.
How's that been?
Oh, it's been very successful. We have over a 90% pass rate on the license exam, and roughly about 200 people try to get 50 slots. So because of that, we're starting an associate degree in nursing program, standalone, that students just start off in the associate degree in nursing program here. It starts spring semester. We've renovated a lab in this building, in the Livingston Hall, for the nursing program, and we'll start taking in those students for January.
Well, that's fitting a need because we're so short of nurses already, and in the future we see out 15, 20 years, a lot of them are retiring, and we're going to be in even more. And the same with the truck driving school. We're I think we're about 80,000 short nationwide. So I believe the track, when Emily told me about it, I thought, that is incredible. I can't wait for it to open.
We can't either. They had some delays because of rain over the summer, but they're putting asphalt down this week. And so then we'll get the lighting up, we'll pave it, and hopefully spring semester we'll be on the track. We'll be on the range.
Sounds good. I want to be the first ones on the track. I already put my name in the hat. So.
Okay, great.
And we'll talk about that then. So is there anything we missed you want to just say about Oconee Fall Line before I ask you the last question?
Well, I just want to thank Dublin, Lawrence County, and all of our surrounding counties for supporting us. This college is very important to me, but I think it's important to the citizens of our communities. And as we are bringing in new companies and bringing in new industry, but supporting the industry we currently have, I hope that we're always a part of it and always bringing excellent skilled workers to Lawrence County.
When I walk in this building, I'm in awe at what Mr. Louis, he was a mentor of mine, and we would talk often on his, I called it a Florida room, lanai, whatever the right term is, but we would talk a lot back there. And I remember when his goal, he had a dream of starting a technical school. And I said, Mr. Louie, why in the world we need a technical school? And he told me, and it's all come to pass now. He was a very forward-thinking man.
He was.
And when you walk around the halls of this Louie Livingston Hall, and you think of him, I know you think of him fondly, but what runs through your mind when you think of Louie Livingston?
First of all, thank goodness he had those visions for this community, and that he was a caring individual who cared about our students. And you know, through his granddaughter who serves on our foundation, he's still a part of it. And what we do with the tools program, that's part of him. And so he continues to live on because of his vision and what we do here.
Yeah, I often say when he's been gone 100 years, what he did here will still be carrying on. Long after we're gone, he's been gone. And he's been gone from us for many, many years. But like you said, every time I'm in this building, almost every time I walk by his portrait back there, and it's like, you know, the portrait makes it alive for some reason. But I sure miss Mr. Louie. But like I said, he was a wonderful man. And I'll tell you, the last thing is the week before he died, he asked me, he told me he may not live through the last surgery he was going to have. And he said, I want you to promise me something, James. I said, okay. He said, our kids are not graduating at a high enough rate. Will you please just keep working in the schools, keep encouraging these kids? And of course, I promised him I would, and I have. But how many people, when they're in their last days or weeks of life, are worried about kids graduating high school?
Thinking about his community.
Yeah, it took me a long time where I could say that without getting emotional, because that is just the kind of man he was. He was not thinking about his own mortality.
Right.
You know, he was thinking about the kids. And if you're a young person or if you're an older person and you've already graduated, the Louie Livingston we're talking about, he always cared about you. And those that maybe hadn't started yet, you may not know him, or you never did get to know him, but he does care about you too. So, and so does this school. And you were absolutely right, Erica. The staff, they have a vested interest. They're going to help you move forward. Most of them have a job when they graduate.
They do.
You can't say that at a major university, because they just want you to pay you stuff and go. But Oconee Fall Line does have a vested interest in you. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you.
Yes, and thank you for joining us today. Welcome, everybody. I have with me Avery Alderman. Avery, you got something special going on at Trinity today. Tell us what it is.
Yes, sir. So we're doing a test drive here for Trinity. We're raising money here up to about $1,500, giving back to the local school here, partnered with the Chevy Youth Sports Program.
Okay, and where did this idea come from?
It's something that GM done. We've partnered with them. It's for a great cause. Last year we did it with East Lawrence. This year we're doing it with Trinity. So we try and spread the love here in the local community.
Okay, I watched these ladies get out and get in an EV, electric vehicle. Tell us about that one.
Yes, sir. So that's where the new world, that's where everything's going to. So we have a 2023 Chevy Blazer EV. So we got about 2 of them on site, white with red interior. They get anywhere from up to 320 miles per range. So it's where the world's going to now.
Is this total electric?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
sir. 100% electric.
Okay, and you've got several on the lot, don't you? Maybe
yes,
not the Blazer or whatever, but what do you have on the lot EVs?
So we have a new Blazer that we have here. We got a couple bolts online, and then we got another Blazer that's coming in. So it'll be a gray color. So we're pushing them out, and they're great cars and working good.
Well, they're backing one in right here while we're talking, and I'm sure you don't hear a sound because I'm having to strain to hear a sound. Tell me how they drive.
Yes, so it's honestly, with the technology and everything he has in it, it's a smooth ride, quiet. It's you can't beat them. You ain't got to worry about fuel costs or anything like that. Just plugging it in at home or using these local, charging stations that we have, it works perfect.
Okay, now GM, maybe Nissan, you tell me, one reason people don't want to buy these EVs is when you have to change the batteries, they're $10, $12, $14,000 to replace batteries. I think y'all have overcome that, haven't you?
Yes, sir. So GM has partnered with a particular manufacturer where they have to just replace the cells itself. So we're not actually replacing the full battery, so the cost on it is a lot less. It works for the consumer if they do ever have to worry about it, or if they purchase used, it gives them the peace of mind that they only have to replace that cell and not the full battery itself.
And are y'all doing this other places in the county?
Just here today. Last year we did it at East Lawrence, but next year we'll do it at another local school we have.
Okay.
But you can go by the dealership for a free test drive, and we'll be glad to go over it all with you.
Okay, what other incentives you got going on to entice us to buy a car right now?
Well, actually, the truck right behind us, we got about $8,500 off on select models. We got trucks that got, 1%, 2% for 36, 48 months.
Mm-hmm.
We got a wide range of rebates and incentives that we'd be glad to show and check out for you guys.
Well, if that's not an incentive with rates astronomically high, when you can get 1% and 2% at 48 months or so, and that is a reason to buy a vehicle right now, because as we know, rates have
absolutely
through your bank or wherever, anywhere you get money, rates are extremely high right now. So, and it seems like they're going to go a little bit higher. So the manufacturer looks like recognize that, and they're giving some incentive to do it. So tell me about this truck behind us.
So right here, it's the 2023 GMC Elevation. It's got 20-inch wheels. It's got heads-up display. It's got the new multi-flex tailgate. It's a really nice vehicle, running boards. It's got the 5.3 engine. It's probably around $58,000, $59,000 after all the rebates and everything.
Okay, good. That's a big savings. And what about this Trail Boss?
So this Trail Boss here it's a custom Trail Boss. It's a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado. It's got the 20-inch wheels as well. It's going to be up there in the upper 60s, but it's a nice truck, and they're hard to get, so it won't last long. It's got power sunroof, spray-in bed liner, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, before we close, Avery, so now we're looking at Silverados here. What is going on now? Do you have plenty of stock if someone comes in?
Yes, sir. So we got plenty of stock. We're getting truckloads in daily. I know right now we got a 23 GMC Yukon SLT that just landed, won't last long. So, come on in, hurry up and come in before it sells, and check out all the great savings we have.
Okay, and I'm sure salesmen right now are calling customers and saying, hey, I got this one Yukon. So,
absolutely.
Man, they look so good on the road.
Yes, sir.
The Yukon or the Tahoe, I saw one yesterday in line at the school, and just, it's an eye catcher.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it comes well equipped. The one we have coming that we just got in, it's got the rear media, it's got bucket seats, black, 20-inch wheels. It's a really nice vehicle.
Okay, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.